Okay, welcome everyone to Alpha's cooking show. So today is a Black Thermomix special edition. All right, as you can see here, our classy, bold, and beautiful Black Thermomix for the very first time showcasing in our cooking show. Okay, so I know you're very excited to know more about the Black Thermomix. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to start our cooking show. Welcome everyone. If this is your first time, can you type number 1? If it's your first time here today. All right, if you're an existing customer, press number 2, type number 2 in the chat. All right, okay. Welcome everyone, I'm Olivia, I'm the Alpha Branch Manager. So today I'd like to share with you the wonders about Thermomix. Okay, so my life before, can you turn the mic off? My life before Thermomix, right? As many of you are working from home, okay, some of you have children, okay, so like myself, okay, I'm a working full-time working mom, right? And I know some of you who do not know how to cook, okay, so perhaps you've been buying food from outside, takeaways, ordering home deliveries, okay, and of course you have bought a lot of appliances in your kitchen, right? A lot of appliances in your kitchen. Okay, and after cooking, it's a hassle to wash, all right? A lot of washing to do. Okay, and maybe some of you might have food allergies or intolerance, and a lot of children now, they have food intolerance as well. Okay, and of course, very often you take away food. But now with Thermomix, I really enjoy so much cooking at home, and my passion is to bring a lot of families together. When you're cooking, when you have food, it's always gathering. When there's food, there's always gathering, right? Like Raya, there's always gathering, Chinese New Year, festive occasions, birthdays. So I really enjoy cooking for my family. All right, and with Thermomix, it's all about easy cooking and healthy eating. Okay, so today I'm going to start my first recipe, which is the soy milk, and it's so easy to make soy milk with Thermomix. Okay, so first I have some soybeans here, which I have soaked overnight, and I have also removed the skin. Okay, so right inside here, the mixing bowl, I already have water inside, and I'm going to place in the soybeans. I'm going to cook this for about 25 minutes. And this recipe is a no strain recipe, so I do not need to strain. So it's very convenient because later I'm going to blend the beans till very, very fine. Okay, so I'm going to place here the lid on. Okay, so cooking with Thermomix is very easy. Now I'm showing you the manual way. So the manual way, very simple. There are only 3 circles. First circle is the time, second circle is the temperature, and the third circle is the speed. So first circle is the time. So I'm going to set to 25 minutes. Okay. And the next circle is the temperature. So I'm going to set till 100 degrees. And the third circle is the speed. Okay, so I'm going to go on a low speed, all right? Okay. So now it is cooking the soy beans for me, all right? So you can get fast and fresh soy milk for breakfast in the morning. You can even make your own lemonade in 2 seconds, okay? So for those of you who already own your Thermomix, have you tried making our signature lemonade before? Okay, can you type in the chat? I'm sure you will love it, okay? It's very refreshing. Okay, so 2 seconds lemonade. You can make calamansi juice in 2 seconds as well. What about some watermelon margarita, which is 13 seconds? Okay, so fast, all right? And if you like Starbucks, how much do you pay for Starbucks? Okay, you pay like at least 15 to 20 ringgit for Starbucks, right? And imagine your whole family were to go to Starbucks, at least 100 ringgit. All right. But now with Thermomix, it is so fast. You can make your own frappe coffee in 1 minute. So it is even faster than driving out to Starbucks. All right. So now you can make your own Starbucks at home. And we also have a turbo function, which can blend, you can blend sugar fine to like powder, all right? So you can even make your own chicken stock powder. You can also grind coffee beans fine to like powder. So you want to make any homemade stocks, vegetable powder, mushroom powder, all you can do it right with your Thermomix, okay? And it has a built-in weighing scale, which is very convenient. It weighs in 1 gram increment. Okay, so it is very, very convenient with Thermomix. Okay, so Thermomix is the original kitchen inventor, all right? So we are the first, okay, since the 1800s. So the first Thermomix was born in 1961, all right? So it was a blender. Okay, and as it evolved, we've added a lot of features and functions, and what you see here today is the latest TM6. Okay, and every 23 seconds, one Thermomix is sold in the world, because this is an amazing kitchen appliance which there's so many people sharing across the world, okay? And it's only 9 ringgit per day to own the Thermomix, because we have interest-free installment plans for you up to 24 months, okay? So the price is 6,988 for the white Thermomix. The black Thermomix is 7,188, all right? So it's 2 ringgit difference, because this is a limited edition, okay? And it's while stocks last. So I heard that our stocks is running out very soon. Maybe this weekend it will be gone, all right? So please place your orders after the cooking show to get your black Thermomix, all right? Hey, so here, what I would like to show you is our full set of our accessories. Okay, so here we have the varoma. So this varoma is to be stacked on top like that. Okay, so the varoma is for steaming purpose. So the top layer, you can always, steam fish, you can steam vegetables and etc. You can even steam a whole chicken. Right inside here is a 3.3 liter capacity, is very big. Okay, so there are 2 tiers, so you can steam 2 dishes at the same time. Okay, and the next accessory here we have is called the splash guard. All right, so the splash guard, what is it for? So because we have high temperature mode cooking, okay, so you can go up to 170 degrees. So when you're using our high temperature recipes or our sugar stages recipes, you can use this splash guard. Okay, this splash guard is to be attached right on top here, so that it prevents oil from splattering. Okay, so oil does not splatter while you are cooking. Okay, so imagine cooking things like your very aromatic garlic prawns, or you want to make browning of shallots and garlic. Okay, you don't get oil splatters on your tabletop, okay, because you have this splash guard. Okay, next what we have is the MC cup. MC cup is the measuring cup, all right? So there's a 50 ml and 100 ml marking in here. So this is for weighing liquids. For example, you want to weigh like milk, you want to weigh water while you're baking, you can actually use this MC cup to weigh the liquid, right? And it's also used to cover the mixing bowl lid here, all right, from allowing any steam to escape. Okay, so we actually cover this. So while you're cooking, it's always covered unless the recipe tells you to remove the MC cup. For example, like making jams, then you will remove the MC cup, all right? And next here we have the mixing bowl. Okay, this is the mixing bowl. So the mixing bowl is a 2.2 liter capacity, all right? And inside we have a blade as well, which is called the mixing knife. So the mixing knife does wonders, okay? So everything you cook, you use the mixing knife. You cook, you stir fry, you do the dough kneading, juicing, is all with one accessory, which is the mixing knife. Okay, so this is such an amazing tool which is included in your package. Okay, and what next we have is called the butterfly. Okay, so this butterfly is used for whipping cream. It is used for making jam such as kaya. It's used to make your whipped cream, and it's also used for cooking when you are using, for example, you're cooking soft food like tofu, or you're cooking fish fillet. You will actually place this butterfly right on top of the mixing knife, just like that. Okay. So this is very useful. Okay, and last but not least, what we have here is called the spatula. All right, so this spatula is specially designed. So while the Thermomix is cooking, if you need to stir, for example, making ice creams, you will actually insert this right on top here, okay? Because there's a plate here, so it does not reach to the bottom of the plate, all right? So while you're cooking, please do not use other spatulas but the Thermomix spatula. Okay, and also there's one more, which is the simmering basket. Yeah, the simmering basket. Okay, right. So this is used to actually remove the basket right out from the mixing bowl. Okay, so the simmering basket, just like that. Okay, so what is a simmering basket? This simmering basket is a specially designed basket to cook rice, or you can use to steam fruits and vegetables. Like for example, if you have a baby at home and you want to steam small amounts of fruits and vegetables, you will use the simmering basket. Okay, but if you have want to steam larger portions, you can use the varoma, which I have explained earlier. Okay, all right. And next is it has an automatic locking system. This is for safety purpose. And it is German technology and French design, all right? And what is the most important is the motor, right? The heart of the machine, the motor, which is a powerful and frictionless motor. It is a German-made motor, and it does not generate any heat. So therefore, there is no cooling fan needed, right? We're using the most advanced technology here. Okay, and all our items, our accessories, abides to the FDA and also the REACH, which is a European body, which means that all our products are tested that no chemicals will leak into your food. All right, so be rest assured when you buy such a wonderful, amazing appliance at home. Okay, and the motor, the speed is from 40 RPM to 10,000 RPM. Okay, so it is very powerful and it is fast. All right. Okay. So next, I would like to invite our next chef, which is Jeanette. She's going to share with you our lovely quick steam bun. Okay, but she's going to make a charcoal version, all right? So it's going to be very, very impressive. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pass to Jeanette now.
Hi everyone, good morning. So good to see all of you here. So I'm going to show all of you how to make a quick steam bun mantao at home. All right, it's my son's favorite. So I'm going to actually use the cookie dough to show you how to make the mantao. All right, and then I'm going to explain what is this cookie dough all about. Okay, so using book. So this is the recipe. Okay, so in the cookie dough there's actually many recipes. There's over 80,000 recipes, and this is one of the recipes that I always make for my kid. So as you can see from the screen, right, what we need are water, and you can actually weigh your water directly in this weighing scale. It's 130 grams of water. All right, so what you need to do is then press next. Okay, add sugar. So sugar, if you can see from here, is actually 20 grams of sugar. Right, so you just need to add 20 grams of sugar. 1 teaspoon of yeast. So cooking dough is actually a step-by-step guide to teach you how to cook, right? And there's many recipes inside that you can explore. Right, just press next and add 20 grams of olive oil. So you can have mantao for breakfast, lunch, and it's very good to go with soybean, right? 20 grams. So if you can see that the weighing scale is actually moving now, it has the accuracy up to 1 gram, right? Okay, now just press next to go on to the next step. And you can see here, it asks us to insert the lid, right? Close it, press next, and it's already preset inside it. And what you need to do to start the machine is actually just turn the knob to the start selector, speed 2. So it's actually stated there. So what we are doing now, we're actually activating the yeast, right? So the perfect temperature to activate the yeast is actually on 37 degrees. And because we have a weighing scale that is built in, it's so convenient, that we don't need to take out the weighing scale and then after that weigh it. So what we need to do, all the weighing, measuring, and kneading is done in this machine by itself. So there's a lot of things you can actually do with the Thermomix. So like what we are doing now, today we're going to make a charcoal mantao, right? You can also make your own pizza dough at home. You can make focaccia bread, right? Pizzas, you can make your own banana cakes, right? Other than baking, you can also knead your own pasta dough to make your own pasta. Banh mi, right, is our all-time favorite at home. So it's very simple. And later when I'm going to show you how this Thermomix help us to knead the dough, you will realize you will have a very clean countertop. You can actually see, when we are activating the yeast now and also cooking the soy milk at the same time, right, is very clean kitchen. Okay, so now it's done. Okay, the yeast is activated. Let's move on to the next step and have a look. So pouring at 250 grams of flour, all right. So the kind of flour that you can use is the pau flour, all right. The pau flour that you can actually get from Bake with Yan or any bakery shop. So same, right? Just pouring the flour. First, you have to tare it first to be 0. 250. So always remember when you are pouring in the flour, pour it at the side of the bowl, right? So that it will be evenly distributed. Okay. So I've actually already pre-weighed it. So 256. So to get a charcoal mantao, what you need to do is just add in 1 teaspoon of charcoal powder. 1 teaspoon of charcoal powder. Okay. And then let's move on to the next step. So the next step is a pinch of salt. Pinch of salt. So you can adjust the tasting of the mantao, to the liking of your family when you start making it, right? So if you're already owning a Thermomix, right, you can actually start making it for your family, right? So place the lid. Next. And if you see this symbol here is actually a kneading symbol. And how long does it take for us to knead a mantao dough? It's actually just 2 minutes, right? So simple. So same, just turn this knob to get it started. And now the dough is kneading inside this machine. So simple and so easy. So I've never made mantao before I own a Thermomix because I just feel that when you need to knead, there's a lot of flour and the kitchen just gets dusty and it's all over the hand. But with Thermomix, right, it's really hands-free and now I'm chatting with you guys. Okay, so what else we can do other than kneading pasta doughs and banh mi? You can also knead your own fish balls or meatballs at home. Yeah, with your own fish balls that you need at home is the freshest ingredient that you can use, right? The fresh fish. So compare with buying from store-bought, yes, it's very different because you know what are the ingredients that you put into the fish balls that you are making. So you can make great potato breads, all sort of breads. You can also make roti boy, right? Roti boy and egg tarts. Yeah, my son's favorite. So there are a lot of recipes that you can actually find in the cookie dough itself, right? So there are over 80,000 recipes inside, right? And it's worldwide. So if you feel like having Italian food today, you can just go in, search Italian food, and it will come up all sorts of pizza, pastas that you want. All right. And you have filter inside, right? So you can also filter according to your taste buds. So for example, you like something from Thai, or you feel like cooking something spicy from Indonesia, just key in the keyword and you can search it through. So that's why we call, cookie dough, right? You can actually personalize your own collection. So for me, what I can do is like, I actually categorize it, like some of the recipes that I've searched, this is for dinner, this is for breakfast or lunch, or you can also categorize your cookie dough in such a way that you're cooking for meat, or seafood. Oh, you see, it's done. Okay, so now inside here, you can also have videos that teach you how to do step-by-steps. For example, making of tiramisu or rolling of your pasta dough. Yeah. So you also can customize your recipe in the cookie dough. So for example, if you have recipe, from your mom's or from your grandma that you want to save it inside here, you can do that. And you can always adjust the recipes inside according to your liking. If you are someone who prefer to have less sugar, you can always do that. So it's very convenient. And this is my personal favorite. Yeah, you can actually have a shopping list. So to access to the cookie dough, what you need is actually just a username and a password. All right. So wherever you are, you can access it. So you can actually choose the recipe you want to cook while you're on your office desk, or you're just lying down on your sofa. So it's very convenient. So this shopping list, let's say I've selected some of the recipes that I want to cook, right? For this week, right? So anybody who is going to shop for the ingredients in the supermarket, what they need to do is just log into the cookie dough and they can see the whole list that is needed for the cooking. Yeah. So at the same time, you can also delete and choose the ingredients that you need for your cooking. So in cookie dough itself, there are many articles that are being shared. So if you have a family, has a special diet needs, for example, I want to go for a keto, or I would like kids meal, yeah, you can always select that in the search button. So one more thing, right, is very amazing about cookie dough is that it has a weekly planner. You can actually plan your meals ahead, right? So like I say, anyone can access to it. So as long as you have the username and the password, you can access to it, and just anyone can choose and pop the recipe into the weekly planner. Yeah. Okay. So for the cookie dough, right, it's 6 months free subscription that comes with the Thermomix. All right. Okay. Now let's have a look at our dough that's needed. Come. See, right? This is the dough. So it's so simple, and you can see kneading dough is so hassle-free now, right? So just take up my thermomat, right? So this is the thermomat. Go into the freezer and also go into the oven at the same time. If you're interested to know about the thermomat, you can actually ask your advisor about it. So just put your bowl like this and turn the knob for the dough to drop. There you go. That's our dough. Yes. And you can see our bowl is really clean, right? Yeah. Okay. So what you need to do with your dough, can still feel it's warm, right? Because it's activated to the right temperature for the yeast to proof your mantao. So your mantao will be really fluffy. Okay, it's good to go, with kaya, with the stew meat that you are making. So you just need to roll it to a log shape, and then we will cut it. Okay, so just keep rolling it to a log shape. So when you're ready, what you need to do, okay, just take your spatula, right, and cut the mantao into half. So you just half your mantao, okay, until the size that you want. So some would prefer a bigger size to to fit in fillings in the middle, and some would prefer to have a smaller mantao so that's easy to hold by the kids. So it's up to your liking, yeah. But the thing is that kneading is really so easy, and you can make this in just 2 minutes. So you can have fresh mantao every day, yeah. So, okay, so at the end of the dough, what you need to do, just make it into a round shape. All right, then you have a ball mantao. So it goes to this. So you have a varoma here, all right? So this is the varoma. What you need to do is just stack your mantao into the varoma, okay? And you would want to avoid the mantao touching the center of the varoma, because that's where the condensation water will drip, all right? So we're gonna put this dough here for it to proof for at least 30 minutes, okay? You can put it somewhere that's warm around your house, or you can put it in your oven, right, without owning it. So this is the mantao, and we're gonna steam it later after it's proof. All right, now I'm gonna pass the session to Lindsay, and she's going to show us how to make. Yeah.
Hi everybody. Okay, the charcoal mantao looks good. Can't wait to see the end result. Thank you, Shanette. Thank you. Okay, today I'll be making black sesame muachee. All right. So let me take a bowl. Okay, I will start cooking first, and then we will talk more about Thermomix with the high temperature, the low temperature, perfect temperature control. Okay, so first, what I'm going to do is, because I'm making black sesame muachee, I'm going to blend the black sesame, toasted black sesame with some sugar, all right? So let's go into scale mode. Okay, so I'm going to scale my black sesame. Okay. So our scale goes to 1 gram increment, so it's really, really convenient. You don't have to take out any of your weighing scale, extra bowls to weigh your ingredients, all directly in one bowl, one go. Okay. So I will add in, so tare it, zeroize it, and I will add in sugar directly from the package. So you see, I don't have to pre-weigh anything. It's so simple and convenient. Okay. So I will go 20 gram sugar. All right. Okay, so next step, I will be blending it. So right now I'll be using the turbo mode, okay, to blend. Okay, so this turbo function is really powerful. As Olivia mentioned just now, the Thermomix motor, it goes from 40 RPM to 10,700 RPM. So you can actually blend a lot of things from rock sugar into icing sugar. So at home, if you run out of icing sugar, you can always use rock sugar or normal sugar, and it will blend into a powder form sugar, right? Icing sugar. So right now, I'm going to blend this into powder form, the black sesame and the sugar for 2 seconds, right? So I just click 2 seconds, click the turbo function and just turn the knob. Okay, it's done. All right, so go back to home and it will automatically open up. Really simple. So, show you here. I'm sure you can see. Okay. So I'm going to put it in a container. Okay, so you can see everything is blended. Okay. Okay, so next. Okay, next I will be doing the muachee paste, all right? So, okay, so for the muachee paste, we need glutinous rice flour. So again, if you don't have glutinous rice flour, you have only glutinous rice at home, you can actually blend your glutinous rice grain into flour by using the turbo mode in a few seconds. Okay, so now we have to put in 60 grams of glutinous rice. Okay, let's go to the scale. Okay, tare it, 60 grams. Okay. All right. Okay, so next is you put in 90 grams of water. Okay, tare it. Okay, so water in. And next is just 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, right? So 1 tablespoon of cooking oil around it, not on the blade. Okay, so I'm going to mix it for 1 minute at speed 6. Okay, let's go to the main screen. So this is the main screen. Right now I'm doing manual cooking, so I'm not using cookie dough. So this is the main screen that we'll be always using, is always time, temperature, and control. So I'm setting it to 1 minute. Okay. And we're going to go to speed 6. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Okay, 1 minute is done. So, okay, so let's see the mixture. All right. Okay. So we can have all this, you scrape it down into the bowl. Okay. All right. So I have my tray here to steam. So I will use the varoma. Okay, I have a trivet here. Put it on here so you could, the trivet is to lift up the plate so that the steam will go through the varoma. So let me pour. Okay, so you can see, yeah, just pour it in. Okay, and later on for the bowl, you can do a pre-wash. Okay. So I just put it in here, close it. So I have to fill up the bowl because I will be steaming for about 15 minutes. So I have to fill up at least 500 grams to a liter of water for 15 minutes at Varoma temperature. Okay. Okay, so now we will be steaming the the muachee paste. So just place your Varoma on top of the lid by removing your MC cup, measuring cup. Okay, so we go to 15 minutes at Varoma temperature. So, okay, sorry, we're gonna change because Olivia will be using this. Okay. So 15 minutes. 15 minutes at Varoma temperature. Why we use Varoma when we are doing steaming with Thermomix? We always use Varoma to have the full steam to reach up to the top layer of the Varoma. So our food or our recipe or ingredients will be properly, thoroughly cooked. Okay. So while it's steaming, so do you know that Thermomix, we can now make 100% natural, healthy ice cream at home. You can make sorbet at home. If you have fruits, a lot of fruits in your home, you can actually freeze them. Once it's freeze, you put it in your bowl. In less than a minute, you get fresh ice cream with no preservatives and no sugar. So can you type in the chat how many of you actually make your own ice cream at home, or most of you purchase over the counter in the supermarket? So when you go to the supermarket, when you see the shelf life of the ice cream, it is long. Why? Because most of the time it's 18 to 24 months shelf life. And why is it so long? It's because there's preservatives in the ice cream. No matter, even if you buy a really good brand, there's always some preservatives in the ice cream. So it's always good to make your own ice cream at home. And because it is so effortless now with Thermomix, making your own ice cream at home, so why not? Okay, so you can make the ice cream, you can make peanut butter jam, you can make later Janet will be showing doing the sesame paste to go with your mantao, and you can make yogurt, all this what do you call that, yogurts at home as well. Okay, so everyone can make ice cream now. All right, so why Thermomix is so special? Okay, so can you put in the chat for me how many of you actually has all these appliances, and kept in the cupboard and not using it? Okay, I'm sure you have a hand blender, a hand juicer, a mixer, a chopper, rice cooker. Okay, rice cooker. Okay, I'm sure we use most of the time. A steamer, and what else? Cookbooks. I'm sure we collect a lot of cookbooks, but how often do we actually take out the cookbooks and actually refer and cook with it? All right, and most of the time we refer with cookbook, and a lot of time it is not easy. All right, cooking with cookbook, we have to, and sometimes it's not. It doesn't work out. All right, so with with Thermomix, it's 24, 25 kitchen appliances in one machine, and it's counting. So counting meaning there's more and more cooking modes, more and more modes are being added into the Thermomix. So recently we have the peeler mode, which is the latest mode that you can peel your potato, your carrots, your ginger in the Thermomix. Okay, so Thermomix is all you need. It saves space in your kitchen, it saves money, And it saves time cleaning because after cooking, Thermomix cleans itself. Okay, there's auto cooking and auto washing. And you save time being in the kitchen. When it's cooking, you can walk away. When it's done, it will call you and you go to the next step and it pre-wash for you. Okay, and there's no fumes, no mess, so it'll be clean kitchen and healthier cooking, right? And it keeps getting better and better. So with Thermomix, we have low temperature control. So it's perfect temperature control, meaning we have low temperature when you're cooking, when you're sauteing your vegetable, your meat, especially if we shop for organic ingredients. It is very important that you cook your ingredients at the correct way, not over frying them in a super high heat. Okay, and if you're using expensive oils like olive oil, so I would like to know, can you type in the chat how many of you, what type of cooking oil do you actually use when you're cooking at home, right? So for those of you, most of the time, most of the people now, they use olive oil, they try and eat healthy, okay? So olive oil is good, but olive oil, if you're cooking it at a too high heat, it will actually kill the nutrients of the olive oil. It's actually toxic. So olive oil has a very low heat resistance. So with Thermomix, you can actually control your temperature, okay? And the perfect temperature to cook using olive oil is at 120 degrees. And not only that, to cook your vegetables, your meat, right? Your ingredients is at 120 degrees. This is to help to keep, ensure retention of the food, of the nutrients, and a kitchen free of harmful cooking fumes, all right? So when you cook with Thermomix, there's no cooking fumes, it's only the steam, okay? And you will feel that the texture of the vegetable and the meat is much better, and you use less oil and less salt, and you can feel the sweetness, you can taste the sweetness of the vegetable. Of course, there's also high temperature cooking and caramelization, where you can caramelize and brown your meat before you go for stew. You can also make organic homemade lollipops now. Okay, you can actually make for your kids if you have small kids at home. You can also make your sambal, you can make dodol, and you can also cook crispy shallots, crispy garlic, all right, without oil splattering everywhere at a high temperature control speed with your Thermomix, right? Okay, so why is it perfect temperature? Okay, Thermomix is all you ever need. Perfect temperature for everything. From, you saw Jeanette just now activating her yeast, her mantao yeast at 37 degrees. That is the perfect temperature to activate your yeast for your bread to cool faster, okay, and to warm baby food, okay. And 50 degrees is actually the perfect temperature to melt chocolate. So a lot of time we melt chocolate at home using the microwave, which is not a good way of melting chocolate. Yes, it is fast, but with Thermomix it's just as fast, and it is a safer and correct way, okay, at a correct temperature. Of course, you can do it over the stove, but that requires you to be there stirring, making sure the fire is at the low temperature and making sure the water doesn't bubble over your chocolate. Okay, so with Thermomix, you put in your chocolate, set it to 50 degrees, and it melts for you. Okay, it also dissolves gelatin for you at 60 degrees, and it cooks sauces at between 70 to 80 degrees, all right? And also coffee lovers here, tea lovers, you can now brew your coffee, your expensive coffee beans, your green teas at 80 to 90 degrees. That is the correct temperature to brew your drinks, okay, or cook your cream. Okay, so you don't want it to be a high temperature, if not your cream will be curdled up. Okay, and cooking at 110 between 100 and 120 is to preserve the nutrients of your food. And 120 is to saute your garlic, your vegetable, your meat, your tofu, right? And varoma, like what I'm doing now, is for steaming, okay, to have the full steam, vapor and aroma. And also you can have high temperature and sugar stages. You can do caramelized, salted caramel butter, you can do dodo, you can do lollipops. And also, who is a fan of kaya here? Now you can make kaya easily at home without standing there and stirring for at least an hour. Okay, so just put in all the ingredients, set the temperature at 90 degrees, 98 degrees, and just leave it. It will cook for you, and in 45 minutes you get perfect homemade kaya. Right. Okay, so I'm going to pass it back to Jeanette to continue her sesame, or to Olivia to continue her paste, the sesame paste.
Okay, I'm back now. So the next step I will need to do is to blend the soy milk. Okay, remember this is a no strain soy milk recipe. Okay, so I'm going to go to 3 minutes. I'm going to blend this for about 3 minutes at the highest speed, which is speed 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add some water. Okay, so I have my built-in weighing scale ready. So we'll add about 700 grams of water. I'm going to mix it now for a few seconds. So I'm going to mix it for about 10 seconds. Okay, let's have a look. So now I have fresh soy milk. Wow, look at that. Okay, without straining, all right? So this is fast and fresh soy milk, which you can make at home. Okay, so now I'm going to pass to Jeanette, who will be showing the rest of the recipe.
Hello. So I'm back to show all of you how to make black sesame cream, or we call that the wu, right? So anyone likes the wu desserts, the black sesame cream desserts, so you can actually make it very easily at home with your Thermomix. Okay, so you can actually find the recipes in the cookie dough as well, or we have cooking groups or Facebook that we have shared the recipes. Okay, I'm going to use the recipe from the cookie dough. So here, black sesame cream, all right, but I'm going to use this recipe, but adjust the time because I'm going to steam my mantao on top here at the same time. So this is actually what we call the multi-layer cooking, all right? So when you have selected your recipe, you just need to press start, okay? Okay. So the same is very easy to use. Now following the recipe of the cookie dough, just follow exactly the recipe that is recommended. Or if you want to cook half the recipe, you can actually have all the recipe equally. So it depends on the portion that you want to prepare. So if you can see here, right, first what you need to do is just place 500 grams of water. Right, 500 grams of water into the bowl. Right, so 500 grams of water in the bowl. Next, okay. Add the white sesames. Okay, so the white sesames that you need to add in is actually 20 grams. Right, I already weigh. Right, so 20 grams of white sesame. Then black sesames. Okay, the next one, how much is 30 grams of black sesame? So when you use the sesame, right, that you buy as a raw sesame, you can toast it either in the oven or you can just toast it on a pan on low heat. All right, so until you start to smell the fragrance of the sesame, yeah, then it's all done. So 30 grams of cashew nuts. So same with cashew nuts, have it toasted lightly. Okay, 30 grams. So if you like stronger fragrance of the cashew nut, you can always adjust to your liking. Next is 50 grams of rice. So the thing is add 50 grams of rice. So the rice is actually to make the sesame paste to be creamy. Okay. Right. Then 40 grams of sugar. So So I personally like less sugar, so I actually reduce the amount of sugar. Okay, so once you place all the ingredient inside, what you need to do, just close the lid. Because I'm going to show all of you that I'm doing a multi-layer cooking, right? So the temperature to cook it, right, it's Varoma. Okay, we start with the time, right, will be 18 minutes. So just turn all the way. Don't worry if you overshoot it, you can always adjust it back. So Varoma temperature on speed 1. Wood mantao. Okay. So now the sesame cream is cooking inside. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stack my mantao on top here to cook. All right. So this is a multi-layer cooking, right? Multi-layer, this is 2-layer. You can have your sesame cream cooking at the same time and steaming your bun, right? So you can have this for tea time or breakfast. So it's really very convenient, time saving, right? And very efficient. So just imagine now if you have kids or you are back to work, right? You can attend to your conference call while have your food cooking at the same time. So fast, delicious, easy, and healthy meal. So up to how many layer can you do, for the multi-layer cooking? It's actually 4-layer. So you can have a soup, right? Boiled and making at the same time, and then steaming some sweet potatoes for your kids, and another layer for veggie, and also fish. So at the same time, once it's done, you'll have 4-course meal. All right. So like what's mentioned just now, you can feed the whole chicken to your varoma dish, or you can make chawanmushi on top, right? So instead of steaming potatoes, right, you can actually steam your rice at the same time as well. So this is how you make the multi-layer cooking. So it's so easy to use and it's so convenient for the family. So if you look here, right, 2-layer cooking, what else can I do? For breakfast, you can actually make a mantao with creamy pumpkin soup or with mushroom soup, right? You can make a very yummy mushroom soup at home, just like the one you eat at restaurants. But I can tell you the cost of it is really much more affordable, and most importantly is healthier because you know the ingredients that you're putting in. So if you're doing 3-layer cooking, you can actually make your eggs, right? Hard-boiled eggs for nasi lemak, and cooking your rice at the same time, and you have meat dish at the same time. Or if you're cooking 4-layer, you can actually have steamed eggs, right? Steamed eggs, Hainam chicken, and then rice, and also you can have a soup at the same time. So when you make this, right, it's very time efficient, right? It's healthy, it's easy. And the thing is that you really notice, where are we cooking? Right, just on your tabletop. It's very easy, and the space that you need to place your cookie dough is just a size of an A4 paper. So it's very easy, convenient. And with cookie dough, right, for advanced chef, you already know how to cook. It have give you a lot of ideas on what to explore on the different recipes around the world. So if you're a beginner chef, right, look how easy that's being used. Is step-by-step guide, right? Just need to follow, and from there is your first step to learn to cook healthy, easy meals for yourself and your family. So in this Thermomix, there are also other modes that you can use. So basically, the screen, there's 3 screens. The main screen that you see, which is this 3 circle, where you're gonna see the time, temperature, and speed. And then the other part of it is all the mode. So the mode will actually be updated, right? And from here, you can actually see the modes that we have. It's a fermentation mode. You can actually use this mode to make your yogurt, right? Just put in for it to be fermented before you sleep, and the next day you can have your own yogurt, just adding some fruits and peach, apples, and berries, and you can have your own made yogurt at home. And then other than that, you have this rice cooker mode, right? This rice cooker mode, you can cook like chicken mushroom rice, biryani rice. It's very easy to do. Just pop everything in, all the ingredients, and it will be done in just a while, right? So other than that, you have the warm up mode. So if you are preparing food for your babies, especially for babies who are just starting solid food, right? You can actually adjust the temperature to the perfect temperature to warm up the food. And the thing is, with that exact temperature, right, it's always evenly warm up and evenly cooked. So it's very different from us using the stove because you know keep stirring it and sometimes it's not evenly cooked, right? Then other than that, if you see, we have the slow cook mode, right? So the slow cook mode, you can actually cook beef rendang, stew beef, lamb stew, and you can have a temperature control, right, from 37 degrees to 98 up to 8 hours. So you don't need to stand in front of the stove, you know, to keep opening up the cover to make sure it's cooking evenly, and you don't need to stir every half an hour because the Thermomix will do it for you. Okay, so if you look here, we will also have this, you know, pre-clean mode. So this pre-clean mode is very easy to use. If you see here, you know, it's actually if you are kneading doughs or you're making melting chocolates, you know, the last thing you want to do is actually to, you know, clean a lot of things, utensils, weighing scales. But with this, you only need to, you know, add in the water and select the pre-clean mode. It will clean everything for you. So easy, right? And just pour off the water, yeah, and that's how you get a clean bowl within minutes. Then what other mode that we have is that the sous vide mode, right? If you are a steak lover or a salmon lover, you would love this because you know you have a consistent temperature cooking for time, right? For hours, up to 12 hours, and then you have really juicy texture of your steak, just like you know the really expensive one that you pay for in the fine dining restaurant, but you can make it at the comfort of your house. Yeah. So if you look at here, right, you can make your own sauce, white sauce, avocado, purees, and then you can also make your own mashed potatoes. You can make your own brown sauce. So these are the things that, you know, with the help of the Thermomix, where you can explore all the recipes that you've never done before, or, you know, have a guided one by one. So the advisors will always be there for you to guide you. So if you're thinking to get a Thermomix, right, this is really the right time, you know, because you can start cooking healthy and make it a lifestyle for eating healthy. Okay, so now let me check. How long more do we need, right? So it takes another 10 minutes to cook for this sesame cream to be ready, and the pau is actually steaming up here. So I can actually start to smell, you know, the sesame taste that's cooking. Right. Okay. So now I'm gonna pass on to Olivia. So Olivia is going to share with us further, you know, about the Thermomix. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jeanette, for sharing the recipe. Okay, so now that you have seen our cooking show today, so what is the first dish you would want to cook when you get your Thermomix? Or if you're already a current user, what was your first dish? Okay, maybe you want to share with our new users here. Okay, what was your first dish when you first got your Thermomix? What did you cook? I remember mine was kaya, because kaya was something so tedious to make. Okay, I used to see my mother stirring over the stove for long period of time. I think more than an hour just to make kaya. So when I got my Thermomix, it was the first recipe I made. What was yours? Okay, so yeah, we now have a very special promotion. So the black Thermomix, it is only for a limited time only, and I know that it's going to be out of stock very soon. Perhaps after this weekend, you will not see the black Thermomix anymore, okay? Because we have sold more than 1,000 units already just in 2 weeks, all right? And the price is 7,188, okay? We have interest-free plans up to 24 months. Okay, if you're interested in the white Thermomix, it's 6,988. We also have interest-free plans for you up to 24 months as well. Okay, and if you purchase full payment, what do you get? You will get a carry bag. Okay, so this carry bag, right, is fully padded. All right, so if you want to bring it on a road trip, you know, put it in your car. Okay, it's fully padded. It's specially designed to fit your Thermomix inside here. So the accessories and everything will go in here. So this is very convenient. Okay, it's worth 300 over ringgit. Okay, so full payments via transfer. Okay, online transfer. All right, you will get a carry bag. If you're interested in full payment, credit card or debit card, you will get a One Pot Wonder cookbook, okay, which is also a really beautiful cookbook to have. Okay, right. So the complete package comes with all the accessories which you saw, what I shared earlier. Okay, they also have a basic cookbook, all right? So you can choose in English or Chinese language. This basic cookbook is actually my favorite book, all right? Because it's so comprehensive. There's a lot of delicious recipes in here, okay, from starters to desserts, from making your own pizza dough, from your main meals, jams, chocolate ice cream, Nutella, all is in this cookbook. All right, I really like this cookbook. Okay, so you can choose in English or Chinese. If you want the soft copy, it's also in Cookie Do as well. Okay, and then we have what is next is we have VIP cooking classes. So every month we will have a hands-on session that we will send you the recipe and you can be baking or cooking at the same time together. And of course, now that there are no restrictions now, we will also probably start our VIP cooking classes, which you can come to our cooking studio at Sunway Damansara Technology Park at our HQ, okay, where you can see a live cooking class as well. Okay, right now, every Saturday morning, we have our Zoom cooking show at 10:30 a.m. You can also join every session. We have different menus, so you can learn more recipes as well. Okay, and it's a free delivery right to your doorstep. Okay, free delivery, and your advisor will be in touch with you for unboxing session, right? And also, we have a service center, and the warranty for the Thermomix for home use is 2 years against manufacturing defects. For commercial use, because chefs use it in commercial kitchens as well, for example, restaurants, hotels, it is 1 year warranty, okay? Right. So, yeah, you know, Thermomix is all you need, all right? You can cook from breakfast to dinner, make your own fresh homemade yogurts, muesli, fresh breads daily. You can make kueh, you know, raya, you can make your own kueh. Me mama, you can stir fry vegetables, you can cook a crab in here. You can do Hong Kong congee, which is really lovely, okay, which you don't need to be stirring and watching over the fire. You can do high temperature prawns, and you can also make ayam golek as well, okay? So with Thermomix, you know, family get together, you know, mothers can work and cook at the same time. And it's very important to cultivate good eating habits for children when they're young. And what I like most about Thermomix is that it cooks and it also cleans for me. Okay, and as you can see here, my kitchen is white. I can be cooking right here, can be cooking curries, and there will be no curry sauce splatters, no oil splattering as well. And it's very important to invest in good health, okay, because it's really worthwhile. All right. So we have a purchase and host gift for you as well. So after you purchase within 30 days, when you invite your friends for a cooking show, it can be a live cooking show or also can be an online via Zoom as well. Invite 3 friends. Okay, and what you can redeem is our thermo server. So if you purchase the black Thermomix, you will also get a limited edition 2.6 liter thermo server. Look at that, so pretty, right? So beautiful. I really like it. Okay, this is so nice. Okay, so when you purchase and invite 3 friends within 30 days, you can redeem this. It's a 2.6 liter. The TM bowl capacity is 2.2 liters. This is 2.6 liters. Okay, it comes with a base. All right, and what is the thermo server? Thermo server is to keep your food warm or cold. So for example, now I've made soy milk or I've cooked curry. I can put it inside here to keep warm for a few hours. And for example, if I made ice cream, I can also place it right inside here and keep it in the freezer. So it's for hot and cold purpose. Okay, and it also comes with a lid as well. And you can just place this right on your tabletop. Okay, it looks really beautiful. Okay. And if you purchase the white Thermomix, we will give you a mini thermo server. You will get 2 mini thermo servers, which is a 1 liter thermo server. Same function as well, but the capacity is 1 liter. You will get 2 of these. Okay, 2 mini thermo servers. So this is a purchase and host gift. Okay, purchase and host gift. All right. And who to invite for a cooking show, right? Sometimes you may wonder, who can I invite to the cooking show? So maybe you have friends who are busy professionals, always eating out, ordering Grab food. These are your friends who you can invite to a cooking show, okay? And maybe you have friends who are health conscious or they have a special diet, maybe gluten intolerant, maybe on the keto diet. We have all those recipes on Cookie-Doo as well. So you can also invite them for a cooking show. And families with children, okay, very important that kids eat well when they're young to build their immune system. So you can also invite your friends, those who have kids or maybe young children, babies. And yeah, if you're planning to buy a wedding gift, or maybe you can also suggest to your boss for a lucky draw gift. And anniversary, we can also hint to your husband, my birthday is coming. And Mother's Day, the best time to buy a gift is Mother's Day, right? So tell your hubbies that Mother's Day is this Sunday, tomorrow, okay? I want a Thermomix, okay? So it's a very lovely gift for a special occasion, okay? So there's never a better time to get your Thermomix than Mother's Day, okay? So a big thank you to you for joining us today. All right, our advisor will be in touch with you. So after the cooking show, our advisor will call you and send you the payment link, and you can get your Thermomix very soon. And we'll be cooking together. Our hands-on session will be upcoming next week. So you can also join us together and cook at the same time. All right. Okay, so you have seen the mochi. So let's show the mochi. All right. So Lindsay will show you the mochi. We have the soy milk, we have the steam buns, which will be ready in just a few seconds. Okay, we will show you. And also we have the sesame cream as well. Okay, so don't go yet. All right.
Okay, I have my mochi here, as you can see. All right, so it's nicely coated with the black sesame and sugar that I blended earlier. So it's so easy to make the mochi paste. All right, it's just 15 minutes. It's just 1 minute of blending the paste and then 15 minutes of steaming, and you coat it with black sesame base. Or also there is also a peanut sugar base, so you can choose. It's the same thing. You can blend your peanut and the sugar together, so you get a variety of mochi. Okay, thank you. Okay, Olivia, let's see your soybean milk.
Okay, so here's my soy milk. Okay, fast, fresh, and easy soy milk, which I made earlier. Okay, and now Jeanette's going to show you her lovely steamed charcoal mantao and the sesame cream.
Okay, so it's done, right? So easy. We have our mantao, right? It's so fluffy and big. So you can have this for breakfast to go with your peanut paste, pumpkin soup, right? Okay, so now what we need to do is blend the sesame cream, all right? So there's a lot of mode, right? Like what we explained just now. So what you need to do, just blend it for 1 minute and then it will become creamy. Okay, so select the time. This is 30 seconds. Just increase the time to 1 minute. And then you turn the knob to start blending. So see, the mantao is really fluffy. Right. Now it's done. So let's look at our creamy sesame. Right. So here you go. Oh, look at the texture, it's so nice, so creamy. Yeah. Can all of you see it? Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed our cooking show today. Right. Okay, have a wonderful weekend.
Don't
And
forget to purchase some
yes.
by this weekend.
Yes, this weekend.
Tomorrow's
And
Mother's Day.
yes, Happy
Yes.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Bye.
Bye.